Hello, this is the non-scripted commentary for me running through the Pyramid of More. I'm pretty sure this video is going to be unlisted, but just in case I do unlist it in the future, this is for the RetroAchievements achievement for the Pyramid. This was personally my favorite achievement in the run, which involved... So you have to go through the entire pyramid. You can't load your file. I assume you can save, but if you load, then all is lost. You can't restore your MP. You have to get every chest, and you have to kill all of the mecha heads. I think they're mecha heads. Either mecha heads or prototypes in that one room where there's all of them running around. It's a really cool achievement, and it's very daunting on the surface, but it actually really isn't that bad. If you know how to plan for it. So like right off the bat, you need someone with Sing, because Requiem single-handedly carries the shit out of you for all the trapped chests. There are so many treasure chests in this place that are just for of the damned. For quite a while, I throw a fire scroll and then use Requiem, because I thought they have more health than they actually do, but just one Requiem from the Time Mage is more than enough. I'm assuming that Requiem is based on your magic stat. It's like one of the three things that the Bard does have that's based on magic. It's like Requiem, the Apollo's Harp, and maybe that's it actually, but whatever. But yeah, 90% of the chests are just for the damned. Luckily, Bard, along with the Geomancer, they're the two fastest to master jobs. So if you have someone on Bard for like a majority of the game, there's a very good chance that you'll have mastered them. So you can just slap Sing on whoever. It's too bad that Equip Harps is the ability that gives the Bards magic and agility and not Sing, but I guess that would like deprecate Sing entirely, and it would give Equip Harps literally no niche whatsoever, instead of like the minor niche that it has is like in a 4-job Fiesta, you have a Berserker and a Bard and no other magic job. So it's like, okay, I guess I'll give my Berserker Equip Harps so he can use the Rune Axe a little bit better. If you're playing SNES, the Thornlit glitch will only carry you so far with the Gaia Hammer if you get it early. And because the Rune Axe gives you like 3 or 5 magic or something, you can't underflow your magic unless you get the Titan's Glove from Azulmagia. So Equip Harps would be your next best thing if you somehow don't have any of the mages. Also, just like, so I'm not going to have the in-game sound be playing because by default, the emulator that you use for the achievements, it turns off the music if you fast forward, which I think was actually pretty useful. It was like useful for highlighting all of my recording, because it's like I could just look at my timeline, and if like the audio is fully flat, that means I was speeding up for a while. And if it isn't, then obviously sound is playing, so I'm not fast forwarding, which gives me a good idea of what footage is better to use for a video like this. But yeah, because the audio turns off and on so much, I'm just going to be putting in random background music, I don't know what. Wait, I got way off topic. I was talking about what abilities to use. So Sing first off for Requiem. Bart's I have as a ninja to throw scrolls. I like throwing the lightning scroll effect is so good in this game, it's so fast. The sound effect is kind of wimpy, but I just like how fast it is. I like throwing the fire scrolls at the mummies. There's not very many, but that's weird that there's like so few mummy enemies in this place. They're all just fixed encounters. There's like 3, or there's 2 encounters that are 3 mummies, I think, and then there's one that's a grand mummy. And like the grand mummy is guarding the cursed ring or something. I don't remember exactly. I have Ferris as the Spellblade because of Thundaga Spellblade insta-killing the mecha heads. Because I'm going to be cutting down my commentary so much, I'm not sure when this is actually going to happen on the screen, but because I don't have a dedicated healer and my items are kind of limited, like I don't want to use too many potions or high potions, there's a couple times where I actually inflict, like, confuse on the enemy, or stop or control, I forget exactly what. I'll like inflict some kind of status to prevent the enemy from attacking me, and then play the regen song to get all of my health back. So yeah, the Regen might not be an amazing status, but it is just a straight up full heal if you manage to like incapacitate the only enemy via sleep or confuse or stop or whatever. I say in the main achievement video that there's only one chest in this place I would call difficult to find. As long as you just explore literally every nook and cranny and like go down all of the sand waterfalls, then you'll find basically everything. You can like bring a thief for like preventing, like in place of a ninja, I could have made Bart's be a thief for like not getting back attacked, and because thieves are fast, you can flee from encounters you don't want to fight easier, because that's another thing I have is flee. Pretty much exclusively for Zephyrus, I think her name is. She's like the lady in the far left of the screen that just summons enemies. I think there's another version of her too in what's it called, Jackal Falls, that one of those the tablet dungeon behind the waterfall. But the one in here is way more annoying. I don't think it's possible to L+R flee. I think the only way you can flee is with flee or smoke. I can also just say, this is totally like not related, but I honestly am not a big fan of the name Scram, because that's what they renamed Flea to in Pixel Remaster. Scram sounds like some Tom and Jerry shit. I don't know. This literally doesn't matter at all, but yeah, that's basically my whole strategy, is just sing to get rid of all the undead, cover the chest monsters, Thundaga Spellblade for the Mecha Headroom, and then flee and throw as just generally useful commands to have through the dungeon. Also, Sing being 0 MP definitely helps a lot. Like, if you had to rely on casting Curaga on the enemies all the time, you would run out of MP so fast, even with the gold pin that you have and the gold pin that you get. Because, yeah, I mean, like, along with not being able to restore your MP, I mean, obviously that means you can't use ethers or you can't use mixes like the half elixir. Yeah, it also means you can't use a cottage or a tent in the midway save point, which is also why having Sing is so important for that free healing with the regen song, or, you know, just stock up on 99 high potions before you leave World 2. Oh yeah, I also have Bart's rocking the Twin Lance and Chicken Knife. I don't think the Chicken Knife is maxed out at this point. It gets maxed out after one of the tablet dungeons, I think, but I have it here because of the glitch that I learned from a comment saying that, well, a few comments, saying that if you have a weapon with a special effect in your left hand, or like the first hand, I don't remember which is which, so like the Twin Lance, the Dancing Dagger, but only if Dance procs, stuff like that, then the Chicken Knife Flee will not happen. I assume they fixed that in Pixel Remaster. I think I tested it for a video and I forgot already. But yeah, since the Twin Lance's special effect of hitting twice happens literally every turn, then that means you can just freely Chicken Knife. It's quite useful, although, I mean, it's like useful in general. It isn't really useful in this dungeon because Ferris is insta-killing the mecha heads, and Krill is insta-killing every single other undead enemy in this place with Requiem. But just in general, it's really useful. There's a couple like zombie dragon, I forget what they're called. It's not the zombie dragon because those are in Drakenvale. There's just like the zombie dragon 2 that you fight in a couple of chests in this place, and it can be useful for that. I wonder how much use the cursed ring actually has. Like the Thornlit, all the cursed equipment, like, you know, they have insane stats but a really debilitating drawback. I think the Bone Mail is the most useful just because the immunities that it gives you are so good, and even being undead is beneficial in some ways. Like, being immune to instant death is legitimately good. The Thornlit mostly, like, Sap isn't a horrible debuff as far as the other ones go. Plus, you know, it gives you the, what's it called, the Magic Underflow glitch and SNES. It's weird because if you don't buy, or if you don't steal the Gaia Hammer in World 1 from Titan, then the next time you can get it, I'm pretty sure, is in this dungeon. So it's like, you get the Thornlit and the Gaia Hammer in the same dungeon, so you can use it like for a little bit just before you get the Rune Axe, and then, you know, that goes out the window. But it's way more useful if you have been using, well, no, I guess it would, because you can't do the Magic Underflow glitch until this point, I guess it's kind of a moot point if you get the Gaia hammer early. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying here. It's really not important. The point is that the Thornlit has the niche of the Magic Underflow glitch, and otherwise is like a decent piece of equipment. But the Cursed Ring, I don't think I've ever tried to use. Like, as an accessory, the defense it gives is fucking ridiculous. But Doom is horrible, especially because Doom's timer gets halved if you're under haste. Plus, I mean, if you're equipping the Cursed Ring, you're not equipping Hermes Sandals, and like, what you'd have to basically have a Time Mage spamming Hastiga to not be wanting to always have Hermes Sandals on. But even then, like, Hermes Sandals gives you immunity to like slow, paralysis, sleep, I think. At least 2 of those. Slow for sure, because how are you gonna have slow and haste at the same time? But yeah, I also because I've like never used it, I don't know if the Doom is like reapplied when you come back to life. If it does, if it isn't, I'll probably test that after I'll test that after this recording, see if the Doom comes back after you revive. But if it does come back, that's really bad. If it doesn't, that's at least interesting. Like, you have to die at least once during long-winded fights, or else you eat shit. What does everyone think about this dungeon anyway? I'm like, I've always been in between on it, because you, in the video, the achievements video, I talked about how, like, I don't like the barrier tower as a dungeon, because it's just kind of annoying, and it's very linear, and not very interesting, but you get a lot of cool blue magic, you get cool equipment, like you can get reflect rings if you're patient enough. You get a gold pin, which is amazing. One of the only 2/3 if you bother to steal the 3rd from Go-Go in the game. But as for this dungeon, like, it doesn't have a boss, because it has so many mini-boss type enemies in it, I guess, is why they didn't bother giving it one. It's like this dungeon is so long and windy. But the enemies aren't really like that hard. Like, as I've said, most of the encounters are undead, so even if you're like a first-time player and you don't want to fuck with Bard, you know, you can use white magic, you can use potions if you want, I guess. I don't think anybody's going to be using high potions on the undead in here, but the enemies aren't too hard. Although I think that that one chest that has the 5 objet d'arts French statues, that chest kind of scares the shit out of me. Just because I hate... I've been, when ABP farming in that basement, in the Castle Ball basement, I have been back attacked into instant braked one too many times. Not like all 4 of them, or all 5 of them use break and insta-kill me. That's never happened. I'm sure it's happened to at least somebody, but, that's happened. I've gotten back attacked and braked by those guys more than I'd like to admit. That's why having a thief is so nice. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, the dungeon, the pyramid dungeon. You get a lot of cool stuff in here. You get the black robe, white robe. You get the Thornlit for Magic Underflow, as I've said. You get another ribbon, I think. You get the Gaia hammer, if you didn't already have one. You get a shit ton of ABP and EXP from all the chest monsters, although unfortunately that kind of negatively affects you if, because Lena doesn't get the EXP and ABP, unfortunately. I feel like if they remade this game, like actually remade it, I'm pretty sure that Pixel Remaster didn't do this, but if they, like, you know, Final Fantasy IV 3D-esque remade it, they would have it so that when party members aren't in the battle, or when party members aren't in the current party, they would still get experience, so they wouldn't be behind. That happened to me and Jam's playthrough when we were co-oping it, was that we had times for rewards on just because we wanted to beat the game, kind of get a move on, and Lena was so ridiculously far behind in experience. I think she was like 5 or 6 levels behind, and whereas in this playthrough I think she only ends up being 2 levels behind. 1 or 2, I forget exactly. Oh yeah, well, at least as I'm watching this video, Sekhmet is on screen. I hope I said that right. He's another achievement in this place, just walk around in that one room I don't even know how to describe it. It's on the video, you can see. Sekhmet isn't really that hard. I don't even know, I don't think he even did anything to me. I think he just uses basic attacks. The most interesting thing about him is that you can steal thief gloves from him, which leads to the interesting, because the only other thief gloves are in the fire-powered ship in World 1. So it leads to the kind of interesting thing of, like, having a minimum, you could theoretically have not a full bestiary, but have, like, 4 thief gloves if you keep stealing them from him, and then either, like, run away or, like, capture him, because I think capturing doesn't count as killing something for the bestiary's sake, so you could, like, keep capturing him and then keep stealing and just do that over and over. I think I, like, sidetracked myself again. I'm probably gonna be, like, re-listening to this and be like, why do you keep going off on tangents in the middle of your tangents? That is frustrating to listen to sometimes. Oh yeah, our cat is here, Reese. You wanna say hi, Reese? Yeah, I'm throttling her all over and she doesn't want to say anything. Alright, never mind. Here's a picture of her. She's cute, but she's a little asshole. Anyway. Another bonus of using Spellblade Mystic Knight is Break Blade. Because Break, like even undead things die to Break Blade, I'm pretty sure, because it's not instant death. Instant death and Petrify and Banish are all 3 different kinds of instant death. So if you're up against a particularly annoying enemy, like I use it against the chest full of Iron Fists, just throw on Break Blade and just slash away and they'll die. That's so weird that they just give you an instant death Spellblade. Like, how many things are, like, immune to one form of instant death, but not another? There's probably a lot of early game enemies that are like that, just because the devs might have given them immunity to instant death, but didn't bother with break, just because you can't have break early, unless you're abusing capture. I don't know. I've said this a few times, not like in this recording, but I said it in the 3 support jobs and a Berserker run. I said it in the achievements video proper, but I'm still irritated with myself that I didn't get Requiem for that run. That's so disappointing. Literally one of the 4 jobs was just basically dead weight during the Pyramid run, just because I was a forgetful idiot. So sad. Something cool about the achievements, like the achievement emulator that I didn't mention during the video, is that in the corner, what am I trying to say? In the corner of the video, of like the emulator window, it will give you like updates. You know how Steam, like if you're playing a Steam game, if you make progress towards an achievement, it'll show like, it'll show your progress whenever you make it to a significant milestone. Like, this is a random example. If there's an achievement in like TF2 that there's like get 100 headshots, it'll show you like, it'll like pop up like achievement progress, 10 out of 100 headshots, whatever. Yeah, this emulator does that. It also shows you during boss fights and, well, actually it showed it during this place. There'll be like the icon of the achievement that you're currently working towards, as long as you are currently like within the stipulations. So like in the bottom, it was never visible on recording, but on the emulator throughout this entire Pyramid run, there was the icon of the achievement because I had not recovered any MP. I'm pretty sure like as soon as I used an ether or a cottage or something, it would have immediately disappeared. Because I think it happened during, what was it? Halicarnassus. I said that my first go of him, I fucked up the achievement because he killed one of my frogs and then he immediately nuked himself with Holy to death, and that was annoying. But as soon as he killed the frog, the icon of the Halicarnassus achievement disappeared. So that's cool that it works, like this achievement works so well just in general. It's really cool. It's very, very cool. I don't think I will be doing the Super Nintendo version of this video, of this game, because I mean, I haven't even looked at the achievement list, so maybe the achievements are like vastly different and actually would warrant a second playthrough. I guess I won't say that I definitely won't do it, I'm just unlikely to. By the time all this is edited, I'm sure I'm gonna be like way below. Because even though this video isn't scripted, I'm kind of worried that I'm not gonna have enough like audio to fill out the entire pyramid run. Because even though it isn't scripted, I still will be like editing out silences and like clearing my throat and stuff like that. So hopefully this at least lasts most of the way through the pyramid. I hope that at least listening to my commentary here was fun. It was fun to just talk about random stuff unscripted. Like, I pretty much always have to have a script. I'm so bad at like just talking randomly about stuff if I don't have someone to bounce off of, like a co-commentator or chat whenever I was streaming. I haven't streamed in a while, although I guess I will be streaming once 4-Job Fiesta starts again. And well, it's May 13th right now, so take that as you will. I guess, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think by the time this video is uploaded, 4-Job Fiesta time might have already passed. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think streaming that'll be fun, even though it'll... Like, right now, the winning option in the poll of, like, what version am I going to play is Pixel Remaster by, I think, a pretty good margin. If it doesn't have 50%, it has at least 40%. I'll be doing that. I've only played Pixel Remaster like twice. I did it for one of my 4-Job Fiestas, like before I started making these videos, and then I did it for the level 1 run, and like that's my only experience with Pixel Remaster, just because the lack of cutscene skipping and speed up is a pretty big downside to me. I have heard that the modding scene is kicking back up though, which is great to hear. When the console update might have made a level 1 run possible, but it definitely was a disappointment that it just killed off mods for so long. I was looking forward to using that skip cutscene mod, and I even used it, like I did like a quarter of a playthrough with it on, and then the update happened and I was like, well shit. I honestly did not expect them to update the PC version with the console features. I was actually considering like getting 5 Pixel Remaster on Switch and then like finding out how... I have a capture card. I don't know if it works on the Switch. It probably does. I was thinking of recording it on the Switch, and that would have been interesting. I'm glad I didn't have to do that though. Recording on PC is so much more convenient. Alright, well, I think I'm out of stuff to talk about, so I'll stop this farce and you can go back to what you were doing, or go back to like the rest of the achievements video if you stopped that midway through. See ya! Just making a quick addendum, because I did go and test out that cursed ring thing, and, well, I only tested it once, so maybe there's some weird edge cases, but when Bartz was killed with the cursed ring, he did not have the doom timer when he was revived, which is quite good. I also forgot that the timer is like 50 seconds, which is pretty long, although that's still 25 seconds when you have haste. It's still better than the 30 and 15 of regular Doom, but you know, I'll give it up. It's better than I thought it was, but again, not having the Hermes sandals is a legitimately big drawback. It's like, accessories in this game can't just be like okay or even good. Like you really just can't beat permanent haste. The Time Mage is the best job for a reason, and it's just like, oh, an accessory that gives you a lot of defense, but you have to die at least once. Like, if the Hermes sandals didn't exist, that could have a legitimate niche, like against a lot of physical bosses. There's not a lot of in World 3, but still. That would be like legitimately interesting, but just unfortunately, the Hermes sandals just blows every other accessory out of the goddamn water. And it's so weird that the game is like that when the... Like, they went all out. Maybe they didn't go all out, but they put a lot of ideas and effort into the job system, so it's weird that with all of the cool jobs and cool weapons and cool, like, even shields, that the accessories didn't really get the same love. I mean, I guess it's like, you know, permanent haste, physical dodge chance, absorbing fire, absorbing water, you know, stuff like that is cool, but they were pretty stingy on haste for the most part, but then I guess they weren't really stingy with haste, but I don't know, there's something that irks me about it, I guess. And this is coming from someone who likes the time mage and haste and just time magic a whole lot. Oh well. I also didn't finish my thought way earlier about why I was saying, like, a reason you would have a thief. I even switched Bart's to a thief to, like, I think mostly just for what I was saying, like, seeing passages. Well, that was the main thing, is that you might want a thief to see the passages, because there's a lot of secret passages in this place that you wouldn't know where they are normally. But yeah, not getting back attacked is, like, a big thing. That's all I wanted to say about that, though, that, seeing passages and not getting back attacked are the biggest reasons to bring a thief in here in place of a ninja. And I said every other reason, but I totally sidetracked myself. But yeah, that should be enough to get you to the end of the video. Goodbye for real.